you come to a new city or go to a new place for the first time, right? And when you're first there, you don't understand anything, like where things are, and you're very confused, and you know I don't know if you remember like the first time you came to Edinburgh, the first time you walked into the library, right? You're like, where is everything? I'm very lost. And then you notice that as you kind of continually go to these spaces, then even like 6 months later, your orientation of those places is much sharper, and there is no, oh, where am I, where is everything, what is this place? It's much clearer, um, to you in your head, and you have a much sharper knowledge of where things are in relation to other things, and so that's how I see, um, the exercise of knowledge as Aristotle describes it here.
Because I guess that's kind of happening in the background as
Yeah,
you're having these experiences. Not necessarily You're not necessarily walking into a building going, "Oh, I'm going to add to my model of this building I have in my head today." You just have an experience with the building or the city or the town
right,
and become increasingly more familiar with it.
right, and the first instance where you go in or the town or whatever is akin to the animal experience of perception without at that very first time. Um, it's like what I would imagine, the world is to like a fly or a goldfish or a grasshopper, right? They just the entire time they're just like it's like they're seeing things for the very first time. They say the goldfish has the 3 second memory. So,
That always changes. It was 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is now.
but I mean, like, they would continually, they must their entire lives, which probably very short.
I
Just,
think they can live for a while. People have goldfishes for quite a
that
few
is like
years.
a couple days.
Goldfish live for more than a couple of days. What do you mean flies?
No, goldfish. How long do
It's
goldfish?
definitely more than a couple of days. Unless you're really bad at looking after goldfish.
10 to 15 years.
a
Yeah,
couple a couple of days.
With proper care, 30 years. Couple days, 30 years.
Yeah, you need to
actually longer than a cat's life. That's crazy.
you
I
need to
don't
not
know.
have goldfish.
Think
I'll call animal
about
services
that,
or
30 years of seeing things for the first time.
Well,
I'm
that
not sure if it's true. I'd like double check the fit goldfish memory
yeah,
thing.
maybe we should not use inaccurate examples as we're
How
prone to do.
I
what I type
apologize to
in?
the goldfish community.
How fat long is a goldfish memory?
Yeah. Or just type in goldfish memory. Google will know what you're talking about. Or the internet.
I'm gonna go 10 minutes. That's my guess.
3 months.
All right.
I think highly of goldfish.
Optimistic for the goldfish community, right?
Okay, this is on livescience.com.
That sounds trustworthy.
One common saying even claims these creatures have a mere 3 second recall. However, this is completely a myth,
Oh,
despite its lack of scientific backing. Uh, blah blah blah.
How
In
would you
re
test a goldfish memory?
in reality, goldfish have much longer memories, spanning weeks, months, and even years. And the science to back this up has been around for more than 60 years. Okay, well, bees have uh apparently bees have the shortest memory, 2.5 seconds.
I mean, they're very busy.
Yeah. I wonder if the queen bee has a bigger memory because she's constantly telling them, you know.
She just sits in her ass all day.
The queen bee has the best life out of everybody. She's just like reaping the benefits while all these worker bees are like forever, they're like literally the programmed to just be slaves for her.
Mm.
Hey, you would have something to say about that.
Well, socialists and communists often make comparisons to bee and ant colonies and look at how efficient they are.
Mhm.
You're right. There usually is one person reaping the benefits of that. So Maybe it's not a bad analogy. Anyway, back to the Greek.
Yes, before we get derailed too much, yeah, even if we grant
Stalin and
animals
Lenin are the
memories,
queen bees.
right? Oh,
No further comment. That's another podcast.
too
Sorry,
much
that
bee
was-
talk.
Back to the ancients. Yes, please go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say the passage that you read about Aristotle and memory, even if you grant them longer memories, right? The goldfish and the animals. Yeah, you still have this idea of generalization and the rational capacity, which he identifies to be primarily a human trait in his philosophy.
Fair.
There we go. We brought it back to to Aristotle.
Yeah, that was good because I was going down a very different path,
Yeah.
and you brought me back to Greece.
Well, have you heard of that saying that if you go on Wikipedia, right, on any page, you could always, following the links, go back to the philosophy page.
Really?
Apparently, around 90% of the pages are connected to philosophy in some way.
That's pretty cool.
Really? We used to do a game in high school where it was called like something like Wikipedia something. Anyway, the point of the game was you start on a Wikipedia page, and then you have a starting, and then you have a goal page, and it's a competition between two people or more people. How fast can they get from one Wikipedia page to the goal Wikipedia page by clicking on all the links that they have, like,
Right.
related words.
As in, like, you pick the word that you think is going to.
No,
Get
yeah.
you
So
closer to the
you
goal
say you start off with like goldfish,
Yeah, yeah.
and then the goal is communism,
Okay.
and you
Right.
have to
Following the links on the Wikipedia
follow the
page.
links on the goldfish page, like because they have like they'll say like, oh, a goldfish or an animal in the sea, and then the sea will be another Wikipedia page. And you click on the sea Wikipedia page, and you go down and then the sea Wikipedia page, and maybe it says something about hierarchy, and then you click on the hierarchy page, and then I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
well,
get the-
we showed you how you're gonna get there. You're gonna get to the bees, and then from the bees, the analogy of the bees, you're gonna get to communism, right?
And back to.
All roads lead back to
Oh, not all of them.
Greece.